This video shows working a tuck pattern on an electronic Knitmaster 560 using one of the standard cards that comes with the machine. To start with, put the card into the reading slot, line it up with registration lines and roll it in if you need to. Switch the machine on, always make sure the inspection light is on. Line it up with the bottom of the card or with the pattern, depending where your pattern is. And this is the bottom of the card. And then set your width using the little dial onto the right of the card. Like this is a 24 stitch card. It always reads from the left. Check that your buttons are all as you want them, and the inspection buttons and the direction buttons are correct. So you want the card to roll downwards, so the red light should be, the red arrow should be pointing downwards, and always make sure the inspection light is on, which is the little button next to it, before you roll the card manually. Then when you press the inspection button, it will go out and it will roll the card in and read the pattern. So now we're ready to knit. So we put the first yarn in, which is a fine yarn, and we're going to knit plain knitting to start with, just to put in some straight rows in the green. So you set it to tension 6, which is my choice of tension, and knit some plain rows, 4 plain rows. So the cam dial is on 0. Then you put the grey yarn in. This is the yarn that's going to make the little puffy tuck patterns. So you put the grey yarn in, you set it to a slightly looser tension, but that's up to you depending on your yarn. Set the cam dial lever to T for tuck. This is the important bit. The punch card has been going on, not punch card, it's been doing as it wanted to do, but it's only working now that the tuck button is pressed on the cam lever is working. So now you can see it's made little tucks with the green yarn is pulled up between the grey and made the little tuck pattern. Now I'm going to change back to the green yarn, which is the plain yarn that knits the plain rows. I'll swap the yarns back, and I will set the cam lever back to 0 because it's going to do plain knitting again, and set the tension back to whatever you need for the thinner yarn. And I'm going to knit 4 rows here, which will knit as plain knitting because I've cancelled T on the cam lever. So it overrides whatever's happening with the punch card, or sorry, the mylar sheet, whatever you like to call it, the pattern card. And what you'll notice here is I'm now changing again back to the grey, which will now make the tucks. I'm sending the tuck lever, the cam lever to T, and I'm doing the tuck pattern again in the grey yarn. So there's the little tucks again, and now you swap back to the green and you cancel that tuck on the cam lever, turn it to 0 again, which I'm just about to do. So reset my tension, and knit 4 plain rows. And this goes on. You knit 4 rows of each colour. The grey always has the cam lever set to T, and the green has the cam lever set to 0. And you continue on with this until you've got the fabric you want. You can vary the numbers of rows as much as you want, but the more rows you put in on the grey one, the deeper your tuck bobbles will be, and there'll be a point at which the needles won't take any more of the tucks. So you just have to be careful about that. So thank you for watching.